Hey everyone, in this video we're going to learn how to play Linie 1, also known as Streetcar. So let's get started. Let's learn how to play Streetcar. This tutorial exists thanks to Dog Egg 258. Ooh, so big. Let's try to shrink it. Oh well, it looks like this is a city network game. I don't know what it says on top. A game consists of two phases. All players start in phase 1, where each turn a player must place 2 track tiles onto the map. Once you complete your route, you can select to start phase 2. Once you start, you roll the dice and move your trolley in your turn instead of placing tiles. Let's see if we can make this a little smaller. Okay. On your panel, you can see your goal, a street number 2, and 3 letters, G, H, and L. This means in this tutorial, your trolley is going to start from a street 2. So let's go right here. Street 2 is right here. And go through 3 stations and go to the other street 2. So the other street 2 is down here. Okay. You can adjust the size of the map by clicking the zoom in and zoom out buttons. It's recommended to adjust it so you can see station F and L. You see right there. We'll scroll down. The stations we may pass through are highlighted. Let's place a track to the left of station L, the library. A track cannot lead to walls or buildings. Ends must be able to continue. You can see there's an edge with a red, which means it's not a legal placement. So let's click the tile and rotate it 90 degrees. So let's click on this tile and place it here. And we're to see there's a red line here, so we got to rotate it so it's all green. And then we'll select the button Place Track. Please don't rotate to the third 90 degree and place it, otherwise the tutorial will be jammed. So let's just try it. Great. Now let's play a curved track to the top of the track we just placed. We want the other side of the track to be facing left. Place the tile without rotation. Let's try this one. Okay. Once you place your second track in your turn, the turn automatically ends, and tiles are refilled, so you will always have 5 tiles in your hand. Right here, 5 tiles. Now it's Dog Egg's turn. Let's move on to the next knowledge point. Let me minimize this a little bit. Okay. So just building lots of tracks, similar to railroad ink, it seems. Pay attention to the tile that it is pointing at. This one is a curved track. Dog Egg is going to replace it. Yes, a normal track can be replaced with one condition. Besides the normal placing rule, existing paths must remain the same. The track used to replace it can be normal or with a green background. Right here. Placing a green background tracks must follow the normal rules. These tiles are special because they cannot be replaced. So the green ones with the green background cannot be replaced. One more thing about the for replacing rule. In normal placing, you will draw tiles from the supply after your turn. But if you replaced a track, the track you replaced goes into your hand. So if you replaced a track, what you replaced goes into your hand. This track can be immediately used in your second placement in the turn, if you replace it with the first placement. When you refill your hand, it will always refill to the maximum of 5. Okay, so fast forward. Each building on the board has a letter token. Okay, yes. Once a neighbor space is placed, the token must move towards the track. From now on, the track is the only station for the building. So once a neighbor placed space is placed, the token must move towards the track. Okay. Even if there is more than one track next to the building, only the first one can be a station. So the first one right next to the building is, so first track next to the station is the official station track. That's all for phase 1. We will quickly move on to phase 2. All right. Let's see what's happening. Building out. Okay, our letters are GHL. We have 2. So this is connecting here. G, we go by G, then H. We need to somehow connect the track to L here. I think by here. There we go. Our route is complete. Let's go. Connects G and HL are all connected from our tracks. We can now begin inaugural trip, and then select the top box in Street 2 to place your trolley. Okay, so begin. Our route is completed. We can now begin inaugural trip. Click it. I just did. And then select the top box in Street 2. So this one. In phase 2, you cannot place tracks from your hand. Instead, you roll dice. So we'll click on roll dice. So we're done with placing tracks. Okay. On your turn, you can roll 3 dice. After rolling, you must choose one to use. Then you can roll at least the 2 rest dice and choose one to use. After that, you can roll the last die. If you do, you must use the die. So you roll 3, then you roll 2, and then 1. Okay? These 3 dice have the same 6-sided patterns with 5 different symbols. 1 of 2 green lights. So that's these. Trolley moves ahead 1 or 2 spaces. Red light, trolley doesn't move. The H, there's 2 faces that have the H. Trolley moves to the next stop or terminal spot. Okay, and the tools. The trolley must go back to the last station or terminal for repairs. This also ends the player's turn. So let's select H. It goes on to the next station. Okay, we used the die H. We can still roll the rest of the 2 dice. Let's see what we get. So roll dice. Both dice are tools. So the tools, the trolley must go back to the last station, which is station H. And the turn must end because our trolley, you can see our trolley right here. We have no choice, but at least we don't need to go back. So I guess because we were at H, we don't need to go back anywhere. It's our turn again. Let's see what we get. We get 1 or 2 green lights. So we move 1 or 2 green spaces, and then we have a red light. The trolley doesn't move. Well, of course, we want to move the 2 green lights to move 2 spaces. So let's choose that one. You can see the station letter H has been highlighted in your panel. So it turned red. This means your trolley has already passed through station H. You can see your trolley route by clicking the Show Shortest Route button. Okay, let's see. Let's try that. Oh, you see the red right here? Hide route, okay? Dog Egg has not started phase 2. He cannot complete his route. Once your trolley passes through all 3 stations and arrives at the other terminal 2, you win the game. That's it for the tutorial. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, 5 stars. Thanks for watching.